Hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. So one of the most important parts of your e-commerce site, apart from your homepage, is your products page. And I see this a lot that many e-commerce stores just don't put enough thought and love into their product pages, even though at the end of the day, you want people to go on your product page and purchase your products. Now, if you don't put enough attention into your product pages, you're not going to sell as much. And you're also not going to sell as much because they're not going to rank as well. Product pages play a very important role in how well your category pages, your collection pages, and your website ranks as a whole. If you're into e-commerce, then you need to start with optimizing your product page. Now, I can talk for an hour about product page optimization, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you, in fact, the 5 most important elements that should be on your product page. If you don't have those on your product pages, create a checklist, make sure that you have. If you don't have those on your product pages, add it to every one of your product pages, because if you don't, you're missing out on major SEO juice. I offer SEO services. If you're looking for someone to do SEO for you, there's a link in the description to a Google's form. Fill out the form and I will get in touch with you to discuss what kind of service you need and how I can help with your SEO. Alternatively, if you do your own SEO, which is very good, everyone should be doing their own SEO if they have the time, is I offer audit services. So you can get your website audited. If you think it's stuck someplace and it needs to be, or it needs improvement, my audit services will help figure out what's going wrong and how to fix it. Also, if you're doing your own SEO, for topical mapping services, if you're creating an informational site, a topical map is important. The same goes for if you're building authority for an e-commerce store. And now it's even more important to build authority for your e-commerce store. I create a topical map, which will help you then build the topical authority needed to rank your site over time. Finally, if you have a question, well, there's a link in the description, fill out the form. So now that we have this out of the way, let's jump right into the video. 5 most important things or parts or elements of a product page that will help you rank and sell. Now, for the product page, we're not only just trying to rank it, but we're also trying to sell your products. And if you do this right, you will sell more products. And I've done this. And as you can see, I've taken product pages from not selling anything to literally selling thousands of products a month. So the first thing is you need to have a breadcrumbs. Now, the breadcrumbs, as you can see, most product pages fortunately already have the breadcrumbs. The problem with the breadcrumbs, as in this instance, is it goes to Christmas collection. We don't want the breadcrumbs to go to Christmas because Christmas collection is just a collection of Christmas plants. What we want to do is we want it to go to the home plants category, because home plants is a keyword and a key phrase that you want to rank for. If you don't have home plants on this, it is contributing no value to the home plants category. Plus, most people that come here may want to buy more home plants, not necessarily for Christmas. Christmas is just a month away. You want them to buy home plants all year round. And so instead of this breadcrumbs going to the Christmas category, they should be going to the home plants category. So that's mistake number 1 you shouldn't make. The second mistake many product pages make, but you shouldn't make, is not having a link back to the main collection category. Now, in this instance, they had a breadcrumbs back that goes back to the collections category. But in this case, it shouldn't be in the breadcrumbs. It should be on the other products pages. Ideally, right after where the short product description is, or right after where the product name is, right below that, there should be an icon. It should be hyperlinked, and it should go there. And once you add that icon to that, not only are you sending people back to the collections, because they most probably are also looking for Christmas collections, but it's also an icon. You can have like a Christmas icon. You can have a text icon. Regardless, it should be descriptive. It should be large. It can be a button that takes people back. If you're using a button, just make sure it's not JavaScript. It's HTML, and there's a whole other discussion. But make sure that that button takes them back to the collections page, because the collections page is also important, because you may be trying to capitalize on people that are buying from you. It's also a larger button, so Google and people will see that, and they may buy other Christmas plants from you. So that's number 2. Now, you were not selling plants and you were selling branded products. that button could go back to the brand page, or if you have a brand page, that will help you then also build more internal links to the brand page, and also makes it easier for people to navigate back to the brand page if they want to buy more branded items or more items that you sell from the brand. Tip number 3 is brief product description. If you look at this page over here, there is no brief product descriptions. And the reason is they've not put enough thought into the page. They've not thought about the brief product description. Most people that buy, when they come on a product page, they're gonna read the brief product description, which should be below the ad card. It should be maximum 100 words. It should quickly describe what it's about. I like a list, to make sure it's listed. It should be a brief list, and it should quickly go over what the product does, how it works, and how it can benefit you. These 3 questions need to be answered. Now, if people scroll below that, then you have the larger description, which I'll go into later. This is tip number 3. Make sure that your brief product description is about the product. It's not general, it's about the product. Includes product keywords. For instance, is Euphoria plumeriae. Now, sorry, I can't pronounce this, but make sure that it is in the brief product description. Next thing you'd want to do is you want to build authority around these products. Now, in this case, this is a plant-based product. So if you have a topical map, what you can do is you can create an article about this genus or this category of plants. And then what you can do is, from the brief product description, you have a link back to what could be your mini wiki on the website, which in itself will bring in a boatload of traffic, and also help create an authority around your products, because Google likes to rank e-commerce stores that have authority around their products. And so they know that these products are good and they're not scammy fly-by-night operations. And so that's tip number 4, is to build that authority so that you're linking back from a brief product description to more information about their product, which is on your site. So people don't have to go to Wikipedia or click off to another website to find more information about these plants in this case. But this can apply to any other product. Tip number 5, and this is probably something that most people overlook, is how your products are presented. Now over here, they have these pictures, but most people are not just going to click on these pictures. They're not going to scroll down to see all of these pictures. What this should be a slide, and it should be something that easily goes through. It's just not the case here. Also, they should have like a magnifying glass where you click on it and you see a preview version. In this case, if I click on it, I just see a larger version of the picture. And then if I want to go back, and I have to click this X over here, and it goes back, and this is not user-friendly. It's not great. Alternatively, what I want is, when I get on the page, I want to see a picture. Also, in this case, the other websites are doing it wrong, because they just have maybe one picture of the plant. It's a very generic picture, and it's not even a clickable picture. So you always want the picture to be clickable, and when it's clicked, that takes you to a wiki on your site, or more information about that plant on your site. And by doing that, you're creating internal linking structure that's necessary to make it useful, make the page useful, and also make the page search friendly. And so the final bonus tip, and this is tip number 6, but this is a bonus tip, it's a power tip, is make sure that your product pages are easy to read. Now in this case, it's not easy to read. If I go on mobile on this page, let's see, as you can see, this is all squished together, and a mobile screen is much smaller than a desktop screen. It's not easy to read. And so if the text on your page is not easy to read, people spend less time on your product pages. They click the add to cart button a lot less. And at the end of the day, Google sees that, and then you're not going to continue ranking very well. Or if you are ranking already, and if you have a competitor that's doing a better job of their click-through rates, then you have a problem, and they're going to overtake you within the next few weeks if this is not fixed. Now, I can talk for an hour about this, as I said earlier, and there are a lot more things that you can do with your on page. There are a lot more things that you can do with your product pages, but this is a good place to start to make sure that your product pages are both SEO optimized and UI optimized, or UX optimized. Let me know in the comments below if you have a question, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.